Hey everyone, and welcome back. If you're new here, then hello, my name is Zoe and this is my YouTube channel. Today we have another product review, and I've been saying for a while now that I want to try and add new bronzing products into my collection, and I've got a new one to try today. This is the Rimmel Multitasker 3-in-1 bronzing stick. I've only got, I think, 2 bronzing sticks in my collection at the moment, and I've been saying for a while that I want to add more cream bronzers, bronzing sticks into my collection. So now I have these to try today. I'm going to try them without anything on my face. I'm also going to try them with makeup on my face and just a little first impressions. I have had a little sneak peek at them. I haven't swatched them or anything, so I don't really know much about the formula. I'm going to read a little bit about what it says online like usual, so we can have our first impressions together. I think these are called 3-in-1 because they're bronzing, contouring and sculpting, whereas sculpting and contouring to me kind of mean the same thing, and bronzing for me is a little bit different. So I'm guessing that you can use this if you want to look a little bit more bronzed, tan on like a no makeup day, or you just want to add warmth back into your skin after your makeup, you can use these. Or if you want to add definition, shape, sculpt out your cheekbones and all that jazz, you can use this for that as well. First off, I really like the packaging, very like simple, sleek and compact, nice drugstore packaging, can't really say anything bad about it. And it's very lightweight as well. I like the size because it's perfect for travelling. If you want to take this on holiday with you, stick it in your bag or whatever. It's lightweight, it's small, it's compact, perfect for travelling. I really like it. They are $11.99, I believe. There's 4 different shades. I've got 2 to try today. I have 1 and 2, which is light and medium. I will read a little bit about what the description is online because I think these are very slightly different to the contour sticks that I'm used to using at the moment. Okay, so it says, this multi-use Rimmel bronzing stick features an ultra blendable, creamy vegan formula that melts into the skin for a sun-kissed warmth that does not fade and a naturally sculpted and defined look. Sculpt, bronze and glow on the go, which sounds really lovely. It also says it has light reflective pigments for a radiant sheen with vitamin C and vitamin E, fresh, dewy, sheer finish, all day wear, suitable for sensitive skin, and vegan and cruelty free formula. So this sounds to me like not only like a contour bronzing stick but also like a base product as well. So you could use this to add warmth to your skin. It sounds like it's going to be fresh and dewy. It does say it's more on the sheer side, so we'll see if we can build it up a little bit, which is why I want to try it with and without makeup, because this would be amazing if I can just use this every day on like a no makeup look with no foundation and just bronze myself up with this like when it's warm and sunny. But then if I can add this on top of my foundation to add more bronze, this would be perfect as well, because I don't have a contour stick which I can do both with. I've only got like cream bronzers. This might be like an easier product to use if I can use it and just shove it on in the morning as my like everyday bronzer product. I'll swatch them and see what the formula is like. So this one is the light shade. That's actually a lot more pigmented than I was expecting, and it does actually have a nice glowy finish to it, but not too in your face. I thought it would be a lot more sheer than that. It's a very like creamy, almost like a balm texture kind of. This one is medium. I'd say these two are more of like on the neutrally side, not too warm, not too cool. I might try a little bit of both. I might start with light and then add medium and see how we get on. Feel really lightweight and very creamy as well, so I'm hoping they're going to be quite blendable. It does say that they are. Both shades are quite neutral in tone. I would personally go maybe a little bit warmer, especially if I wanted to be a little bit more bronze. I've put a little bit of tan on, but I think I could get away with either of these, to be honest. I might start with the light and just see how we get on with it. We can always do medium when we've like put a bit of makeup on. But yeah, so far really nice, creamy, lightweight. Doesn't feel as sheer as I was expecting. I like the pigment payoff, and they do have a nice sheen to it as well. So let's try it without makeup first and see how we get on with just using this. It's like a bit of a everyday bronzer sort of base if you didn't want to put any foundation on. What I've got is a little bit of moisturiser on because I want to see if we can wear this as like an everyday, like no makeup look, or if you're on holiday and you don't want to wear a base makeup but you want to feel a bit bronzed and you just want to add a little bit of bronzer, this would be a perfect product if it works that way. So I'm going to just apply it straight on like I usually would with like a contour slash bronzer. I can't really do this with the contour sticks that I already have because they are quite matte and they're not really something that I can wear without a base underneath, and I just don't think they would look right just on their own. I would usually use like a creamy like bronzer in a pan and use that instead, but I always find bronzing sticks where you can just draw everything straight on so much easier. So I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush just to give this a buff out, and that's just blending in straight away, which is amazing. It does blend out quite sheer, but it blends out very easily. But you can still see where I've added warmth. Like, it's not too sheer, but it's sheer enough that you can wear this without a base. This with like a liquid highlighter underneath or on top would look amazing on holiday if you don't want to wear any makeup and you just want a little bit of bronze, or maybe like a glowy blush on the top as well, just so you look a little bit sun-kissed. But that is really nice. I don't think I applied that much either. I'm just going to give it a good buff round and a good blend. I don't know if it's picking up, but you can definitely see a glow to it. It's not too in your face overwhelming, but there's definitely a very natural, dewy, fresh finish to it, which I really like, because if you're just wearing this on its own, you're not going to be able to matten it down with too much powder products, especially if you want it to look very natural and skin-like. Like, you can still see all my skin showing through. I could just wear that on a summer day or on holiday, maybe a tiny bit of pressed powder down the centre and just keep the rest nice and glowy. First impressions, really good. I'll definitely be wearing this on my no makeup days anyway, because this would be like a perfect base for me if I don't want to wear foundation underneath. Maybe just a bit of concealer around my eyes. It's definitely added warmth. It doesn't feel too tacky. Just feels really natural, fresh and glowy. So this is my skin with nothing on at all but the bronzer. Absolutely love it. First impressions, it is sheer, blends out really well, definitely has a glow to it but not too much. This would be a perfect like summer everyday product for me. So we've seen what it looks like with nothing underneath as a very natural sheer product, and we'll see how it works with makeup on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my base, foundation, concealer. We'll come back at my bronzing section and we'll see how it blends and applies on top of makeup as well. Okay, so I've done foundation and concealer and nothing else. I'm going to use the shade Light again for this, and then we can always add a little bit of medium just so you can see the colour as well. I'm going to draw it straight on into the areas which I like to be bronzy. Now, when I use a contour stick, me personally, I use them more as a bronzing product rather than a sculpting product. So for me, I'm going to apply it as if I was wanting more bronze. Now I've got my foundation on, this shade might be a little bit too light to kind of tan me up a little bit more like what I'm used to. I really liked it with no foundation on, but when I'm doing a little bit more full coverage, a little bit more glam, I do go a little bit more sort of warm toned with my contour sticks and cream bronzers. This doesn't feel too neutral, too cool. It's definitely adding warmth into my face, and I'm also more like pressing it in this time rather than buffing it about, because I don't want to move my foundation underneath, basically just melting in, to be honest. I think because it is a little bit more sheer and it is more of a dewy finish, it is going to melt and blend so much more easier than one that is a little bit more matte, which is really perfect, especially if you're more of a novice when it comes to makeup. With a product like this, you can literally just draw it on and you won't go wrong with it at all because it will blend so easily. And I don't feel like you could apply too much of this, to be honest. The more you keep on blending and pressing it in, the more the product will sheer out anyway. So I'd say for a beginner as well, this would be a really nice bronzing slash contour stick to start with because it is so easy to work with and you can't really go wrong. That is the finish before I've set anything. I think it looks stunning. I'm going to use a little bit of the medium just in case you are maybe similar in skin tone to me. You can see both light and medium on my skin. I actually like that, how it's blended out. We'll see a little bit of medium. I'm not going to apply too much. I think light was fine though. I could always warm it up a little bit more with a powder bronzer if I needed to. Again, I'm just going to press in. Again, it just really just melts in. It's really nice. I reckon you could use a sponge as well to blend this in. It does say you can use your fingers as well because it is so creamy. I think this will blend with everything. Yeah, that looks absolutely stunning. I love how glowy it is. I'm a glowy girl. I love anything that's dewy and glowy because I am so dry, but it doesn't feel like sticky or overwhelming. It feels lightweight, but the glow it gives is very natural. It's really blendable as well. Okay, I'm going to finish off my makeup. Shall we just see how a little bit of blush applies on the top? I might as well just pretty much finish my makeup. I just don't know whether you guys are bothered about sitting and watching me do my makeup. So let's just press a little bit of bronzer in. Not bronzer, blush. Just to finish it off. And then for setting powder, I'm just going to do down the centre, my under eyes. I really want to keep that glowy finish because I think like summer as well, that finish is perfect for me because I love a glowy look, but I don't like looking like sweaty and shiny in the wrong areas. I'm literally just going to tap really lightly into my bronzer. Literally hardly anything. I want to keep as much of that glow. Okay, so first impressions of the Multitasker 3-in-1 bronzing stick. I really like it. This is a perfect product for summer if you do like those no makeup days. You just want something to throw on to feel nice and bronzy that's not going to be too heavy on your skin and just give you that really nice bronzy glow. This is perfect. This is going to be my go-to for that because I haven't got a contour slash bronzing stick which does that. I've only got like pan cream bronzers, whereas this is going to be so handy to just stick in my handbag, pull it out of my makeup bag for travelling and things like that, and I can just throw it on over the summer and just give myself that really nice beachy, bronzy, sun-kissed glow, which is really pretty. Love how blendable it is. I love the glow that it gives because it's not too in-your-face glowy. It's a very natural, fresh, dewy glow, which looks really stunning. It is a little bit more on the sheer side, so this one will be perfect for me for like my new makeup days or my like more sheer natural makeup looks. This is going to be perfect for that. I probably won't pick this up as much when I'm doing more of like a full glam, like a bit more than this. I've done more of like a medium to full coverage today and it worked fine for that. I love how it looks, but if I was doing anything a little bit more coverage or a little bit more than this, I'd probably want something a little bit more pigmented than this. So this one is going to be my go-to like more natural to sheer makeup looks, which I think it works perfectly for that. I think it's really user friendly as well. I personally love a stick rather than like a cream because you can just draw them on and blend them out. They're just so easy to use. I think for beginners as well, if you're not used to like contouring, bronzing, especially with creams and you're a little bit more nervous about using products like that, this is going to be a perfect one because it is a little bit more on the sheer side, but it's really blendable. You're not going to be able to go wrong with something like this. So yeah, first impressions, I really like it. I hope you liked today's review and let me know if you've used this yet and how you've got on with it. I'll definitely be picking up this a lot more because it is summer, it is hot, and I'm kind of doing more toned down makeup at the moment because it is so warm. So this one's going to be a really good go-to over summer. Maybe this with just a little bit of sun cream as well, and I will be good to go. So I really hope you liked today's review. Again, let me know if you've used this down in the comments. Let me know if you did enjoy it as well, and don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And I will see you next week in my next one. Bye!